Hello, good friends. My name is Amy. Thank you so much for coming along with me on my journey as I rehabilitate my home. And this time, I am going to take down my tree. It was so awesome. I didn't expect this really to happen. How good it felt as I was taking down my tree, but it was also really hard. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. If you've been watching my videos, you know that before I dive into one of those larger tasks, I always like to complete my cleaning routine before I do a big decluttering project. And that's both to stay accountable to you and to myself. I have to get this clean. And also, I really hope that my habit forming work might be helpful to you if you're trying to do something similar. It's really important that we keep our habits, not just do this one big event, but keep good habits. And it was this work, this habit forming, and this decluttering project that I'm working on that's changing my home into a sanctuary, into a peaceful place, into a functional place for us, that really made taking down the Christmas tree so urgent for me. Now, before I did that, in my last video, I just tackled a bunch of overlooked tasks that ended up being like 2 whole days of cleaning. I did not expect that. It was so surprising, and I was so exhausted after that. But I did start counting all the things I'm decluttering, and at the end of that video, I had 55 things. No! I'm gonna sweep. I'm gonna sweep. And I was excited to see how many things I would declutter as I took down the Christmas tree. So even as I was tired and exhausted and couldn't get it, I was like, I've got to get to my tree. I've got to work, and I really had to get to it. And when I finally did, it was like all in one go, and which was different than other times too. I was ready with a plan. One of the reasons I had this sense of urgency was that my Christmas decoration boxes had come in from the shed. And to avoid putting them back up in the shed loft, then bring them back down to put away the decorations, which is inefficient and really cold in the middle of the winter, I decided to put the boxes in my living room. Now, my living room right now is the staging area for my whole declutter project, and these boxes really clogged it up. I've decluttered a little over the holidays, but because of the difficulty here, I couldn't even put the things I had set aside for donation back into the living room. So I had this huge sense of relief taking the boxes out of the living room. I gathered everything I could think of from everywhere, and now with it all arrayed out in the family room, ready for the most serious decorating declutter I've ever done. This got me excited. I laid all the boxes and my things that were not in boxes out there so that I could easily go through them. I got my donation box and a garbage bin, and I was ready to go until I started decluttering. It turned out harder than I thought it would be. Some things were easy, but I had decided a little before that it was time to let go of my tree topper stars. But you can see my face as I let them go. I couldn't just toss them into the box. I had to neaten them up. I had to make them easy for someone else to put on a shelf, for someone else to find them and love them. It was hard. These stars had satisfied me when I got them, but to be honest, I have never had a tree topper that sparked joy in all my years of decorating my tree. Some of these got close, and I kept some for use for different decorating styles, but these stars I hadn't used in a while. In fact, I created some weird mashup of a wall decoration, a snowflake, a tinsley snowflake, and a Christmas ornament for my star this year. I just didn't feel happy about these, but letting them go was hard. It felt a little bit like erasing the creativity I'd had in the years before. The plans I had that maybe I would use them in another beautiful Christmas tree in the future. And then there were the Christmas crafts. These are some cute little gingerbread, cardboard craft things that I had my kids do. It was fun. I loved it. We enjoyed it. But I don't think these really are worth keeping. Right, Persephone? Yes, I did. And nobody else is going to want them too. Then you can see, as I'm decluttering, that I keep on looking at the stocking there. That stocking that says joy, 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 joy. I knew as I looked at it that its time had also come. This is a stocking that my parents gave me when I was 18 years old, and I loved it. And this is just like joy. That's like Christmas to me. I love joy. But the style no longer fits me. There's not just one of me anymore. I think we used it a couple times when there were just 3 of us after I got married. So I think my oldest used it a couple times. And after that, the memory sparks joy. But it has literally just been kind of hanging around boxes for 20 years now. So thank you for being part of my life. Thank my parents for giving that to me, but it's done. Being able to let go of that helped me to let go of something almost as old, a different tree topper that I had actually made myself. I made this, and at one point, we used a pop bottle. It was a Diet Maroche, a Russian, like Santa Claus, and I was like, oh, I'll just keep it. I mean, I loved it. We had it for a while. I spent a lot of time making it, like mittens. There's wire in them, but some of it has come out. A whole coat. And what hair? The head came off. This is his whole beard. I don't know if this will get on the video or not. There. And I'm making a record of it, but its time is also done. And so, this was a good memory in my life. The cheap decorations are easy to declutter, but these fond memories of home and of homemaking felt like more a part of me. I pushed through it. I let go of some of those things. If you think that was quite an accomplishment, hit the like button. And with a few of the miscellaneous things that had been lying around decluttered, it was time to take the ornaments off the tree. I have a lot of Christmas balls that are to be my base decorations, plain, filling the tree with color alongside the special ornaments. They're cheap and plastic and easy to put away, and I have a pretty good storage plan for them. Put them in boxes by color. I have some glass ornaments that need a bit of extra care when putting them away, and other ornaments that need to be specially organized too. Doing it as I undecorate the tree is the obvious, easiest thing to do, but I hadn't always done it that way though. But now I had really set myself up for success. And with all the boxes around me, this was just about the fastest undecorating I'd ever done. And I had done a little reorganizing and decluttering before I decorated the tree, so it was even better. That weird mashup, that wall decoration, I decided I hadn't liked it. So it was time to let that go. Still, it was kind of funny and hard because at one point I thought it was kind of cool. I needed space to take down the tree. I needed space to declutter. So I removed the boxes. So we got these bags last year when the original Christmas tree box was destroyed. And I didn't put the tree away last year, but I had my youngest do it. And now I realize I don't like these bags. I hate these bags. But they are what I have right now, so I'm going to have to figure out something better for next year. But still, there was even more to declutter here. I sorted these things before I decided where all the things must go, which is something I kind of already had a sense of, but now I've learned that this is a Marie Kondo thing. I decided this year to read the big books on organizing and cleaning, and Marie Kondo's first book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, is the first book I've read this year. And I have to say I'm a little skeptical of some of it, but I know she has evolved, and I'll save that for a later video. Still, that bit. Sorting before deciding how to store a thing. That makes sense to me. Still, I already do have an organization system in place that's halfway decent, and I wasn't going to change it that much. I actually pulled all the donation box stuff out and most of the garbage out, knowing there was no icky waste to count it because I had forgotten to count it as I was putting it away. And then I counted it, and then I continued counting as I put things in. When you see me typing on my phone like that, I'm entering what and how many things I'm getting rid of. Here is a list of the things I decluttered that day when I took my Christmas tree down. And remember the shed where all these went? It had been a real mental block for me to get the decorations in so I could decorate. I'm like, oh, it's cold. I have to go out there. I have to get up into the shed loft. It's going to be so hard. In fact, it was my 19-year-old who just brought it all in. One morning it just appeared. It was such a relief. I was so grateful to them. But I knew that because of this, I could not put that back in the shed. Even though I'd actually made that loft in the shed large enough so that I could store the decorations there, it simply didn't work. And before that, my decorations had been stored all over the house in whichever nook and cranny were available. I had to make a better plan. So I looked at the space downstairs that I'd set aside specifically for storage. It was inside. I still had to go up and down the stairs, but it wasn't going to be very cold. It's the next day. Good afternoon. I've run a bunch of errands and I'm ready to put my things down in this storage area. And I've decided that my purpose for this space are seasonal things, archival things, and photography business things like costumes. Okay, the costumes. If you want to watch my video where I cleaned out this space, it's a fun video. I have pictures up there. I have a shelf there. Dog crates and bed frame go in the shed. Lots of fun things. Let's get everything put here in a way that what I need to access is easy to access. I can't clear this out right now, but I can rearrange things a little bit. I'm going to bring everything in here, but it has to be in an orderly fashion or else it's going to be a problem. I have to say, I really am excited to declutter this space. I just can't do it right now. It's not my priority. After I get the decorations, I want to work on my bathroom. Oh dear. I'm decluttering. Okay. I'm taking these books upstairs because they're not going to fit here and I'm getting rid of a lot of books, but I can't go through them. Just take them upstairs. Uh, This is the curtain that was making this a private room before, a bedroom. My idea is that those red boxes are going to be kind of like a wall. Do, do, do. Just like that. I have a good idea of how I want this to be laid out, and I simply don't have the time to do it today. I can get it close, and I have a lot to declutter. That's simply going to have to be another video, but it's looking really good. And there I have it, in storage, easy to access. I feel like this is the best place I've stored it so far. So that was very satisfying. That was one of the things that made this so satisfying, having it in a good place, making it easier to access. The other thing that made this so satisfying is what has been going on the whole time this year. This whole home declutter project. Like before Christmas was up, I was excited, but it was a little bit hard for me to feel like I'm going to be like putting a pause on all of my decluttering and cleaning to decorate the room and then have the holidays and then undecorate the room. And then I could get on with my project. And that was a little bit frustrating to me. Couldn't Christmas have come a few months later? Couldn't I be more ready for it? Because I did not really feel that ready for it. But it turned out that as I got ready for Christmas, this living room, and here's a before photo, which had looked so bad, had been slowly coming together. And then I put my Christmas tree in there and, the decorations. And so I felt like I had cleaned it up and kind of covered up what I'd cleaned up. It still looked good. This is what it looked like when it was all decorated up nicely. And it was kind of nice that my Christmas tree was hiding this corner that we have not figured that corner out yet. So now when it was time for me to take down my Christmas tree, I was unveiling all the work I had been doing before. And to be honest, I cleaned up even a little bit more. Also, during Christmas, we got an adorable little basket to keep all the dog's toys in. So I want to show you this. I had the pillow looking all nice, but the dogs moved it a little bit. Amazing, right? So cool. Let's fix the pillow. Hi, Peppa Dog. There we go. Ah! Isn't that awesome? Yes, that made it satisfying. I was unveiling the work I'd done there and putting it back to not normal, but back to better. And just getting control of all of these decorations, letting go of things that for years have been kind of kicking around in my collection. That was really good. Creating a smarter storage plan. All of these things made this the most satisfying Christmas takedown I've ever done. And I'm excited for Christmas again next year, in a few months. And maybe then I'll be even more ready for it. But for now, I'm so grateful that I was able to get through it like this. It was not the block I thought it would be, decorating for Christmas and then undecorating. It was actually a little bit of a boost forward. And this is how many things I decluttered from there. I don't know exactly how many things I'm going to declutter, and I don't exactly have a goal, but this is pretty cool so far. And if you want to see how many things I end up decluttering this year in 2025, subscribe, because I have been going for a few months now, and I'm going to keep on going to get my house clean and wonderful looking so that I can do everything I want to do, which is history and crafting. I'm so excited to talk about the history of domestic life of other women cleaning their homes, of women socializing and helping each other. It's an amazing history, and I can't wait to share it with you in this coming year. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you guys can find inspiration from this as well. Go conquer your mess.